Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're replacing the oil pressure switch on my 2011 Toyota Corolla, or the switch Assay oil. I'll put a link to one. You can buy these on Amazon. There's several options. This option I trust as the OEM part. It's got the Toyota kind of label on there still. Let me show you. Mine's leaking. These go bad. They're kind of meant to go bad after 10 years or so. This one's made it about 13. So you can kind of see down there where there's oil. There's the oil pressure switch. See if I can get it where I'm shining the light down there. And there's oil down there, and sometimes it gets on the belt even. And I get a little bit of a squeak at startup from there being oil down there on that belt. So we're going to replace it. Sometimes the belt tensioner or the chain tensioner will start to leak, but there will be oil above it if there is. So I already took care of the chain tensioner, and now there's no oil above there, but I need to do this pressure switch. You can probably get this done from the top, but it looks kind of difficult. I'm going to go from the side. I already took the wheel off. Jack the car up. So if you're going to jack your car up, just go ahead. You can jack it up from the tow hook point down there. And then to get the lug nuts off, you need a 21 millimeter socket, and then put it on a jack stand. The jack stand point, you can find here, there's like a little notched out part here, right below, right behind kind of the main member where the jack stand goes. Got another jack stand under there for safety. Put the tire under there for safety as well. Make sure you block the wheels, which I did, and put your parking brake on anytime you jack your vehicle. And then there's two bolts down here. I already took them out. For the shield, one goes here, one goes here, and then there's two clips I'm going to have to take out, and then I'll have this cover off, and then I'll have access to where that oil pressure switch is. So let me get my clip tool, and I'll be back with you guys. All right, so I got my clip tool. I'll put a link on Amazon or down below where you can buy these on Amazon. Sometimes there's like a trim kit. There's a clip up here in this corner. See if I can get it out with this. I need another one. There it goes. So I got one clip. And here's how this tool works. You see these clips, and then you slide the tool in kind of underneath, and then you're able to pull it out. And I believe there's a second clip we need to get to that's going to be underneath right here. Yeah, you can see it pretty good in that camera there. See if we can get it. There goes the clip. So hopefully this will come off now. Okay. So there's some clips in the front as well, but you don't really have to take those off. You got pretty good access here. You can see kind of all the oil now. And the switch is just above there. Let me see if I can get an angle. There it is. That's what we're going to be taking off. And then doing it this way rather than on top makes it a lot easier to clean up all the oil that is kind of back here. Especially that connector underneath there is soaked in oil. It's a good idea to get that taken care of. While I'm down here, I'll spray these kind of bushings with some 405 Rejuvenator, the rubber stuff, any rubber parts on your suspension. It's good to spray and take care of. I'll put a separate video for that and where you can buy that stuff as well if you want to check it out. I'm going to start cleaning this up. I'll put you guys on a time lapse here, and I'll get back with you guys. All right, so I got it cleaned up as best I could. I just used some brake cleaner, brake parts cleaner. Soapy water probably worked just as well, but nothing, wet looking. I got that. I also used some WD-40 contact cleaner on both of the connectors. See if it'll zoom in. There it goes. both those connectors, and then I'll put some dielectric grease on those when I hook them back up. And I'll show you from the top what it looks like. You can barely tell at all that there was any oil leak now from the top. So maybe a few little bits of oil in the crevices there, but cleaned it up as best I could with my amateur skills. So now we are going to use this 24mm deep socket to remove the old oil sensor. So let me see if I can get you guys set up. So you can see that, how I reach up in there. Not the perfect window to get up there from this angle, but I think some of the other Corolla, older style or newer style Corollas are easier. I think you can see me up there, and I'll just reach up back up there with my socket. You kind of feel for it and look. You can see if you kind of crane down, you can get it, and then get it seated up there. Should be able to work it out. Then I can get it out by hand. A little bit of oil comes out. So here's the old one. Basically the diaphragm goes bad in there, and then it leaks out the connector usually. Then you kind of compare it to the new one. They look, I think, exactly the same. Let's see. The markings are the same. P02. There's like a D marking. And a Z and G, I think, is what that says. There's that D marking, 4HV. There's the P02. Looks pretty similar. Again, I put blue thread locker on the new one. You're supposed to put something on the threads. So I did that too. So make sure you do that. So let's go ahead and install this. I'll go ahead and get some dielectric grease. Put you guys back here. You basically can see pretty good up in that window there, if I can get you angled the right way. So we'll put a little dielectric grease on the connectors. So this bottom connector, I'm not even sure what that is, but it was covered in oil. So I cleaned this with the contact cleaner, got all the oil off the top of it. A little bit of contact cleaner or dielectric grease on there, a little blob, and then it should be good to go back in if we can get it the right way. Let's see. So I don't want to go back in there. There it goes, maybe. Yep. So we got that back on. Put a little dielectric grease on this other one. And then we will screw this in, our new oil pressure sensor. That'd be the hard part, finding the hole where it goes into. Let's see. It's kind of hard to see the hole from here. Let me see if I may have to do this from above the car. Let's see here. And really, yeah, there it goes. So you can kind of see where it's supposed to go from up here. So this might be the better solution to at least get it started. It's kind of hard to get the angle here, huh? Let's see. At least now I know where I'm going. Wasn't really anticipating this being difficult. So let me work this out and I'll get back with you guys. Alright guys, so I had to get basically underneath the car to get it going, to like see that hole so I can line it up. Now that I got it lined up, it's no big deal to just hand tighten it. And then I'll get the wrench back on there, the socket. Sure, I switch it to tighten. We can get it on there, yep. Yeah. Keep it going. Keep going a little more. That might be about it there. I'll go a few more turns. Okay. So we got it in there. Let's see if the connector will hook in. Oh yeah. So we got it in there. Basically, I'm not sure what the torque spec is, but you do want to leave some of the threads exposed. We got that thread locker on there. So we got the new one installed. I'm going to go ahead and put all this back together. And then we will take a look, see if it works. Alright guys, so the car is running. Looks like the install was good. I did look up the torque for that sensor. It's between 10 and 15 foot-pounds. Mine doesn't even go that low, my torque wrench. So I think just tighten it, make sure you still have some threads showing up. And then when you put your wheel back on, don't forget the torque spec for those lug nuts is 76 foot-pounds. If you don't have a jack like mine, I think you probably could do this from underneath the vehicle if you just drove it up on blocks. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe. If you're interested in any of the tools I used in this video, you can check them out in the links down below. And I'll catch you all next time.